Mhm. No. Oh, because it's the AI companion. I don't want to start that. Okay.
Yeah,
I have to eat something because my sugar's dropping, so I'm munching as
yeah.
we're talking.
That's okay. You're good. Got some Reese cups, which probably isn't great, but
I have peanuts. Well, not peanuts, but nuts
nuts.
and cheese and crackers.
Oh, that's really smart. I do have cheese and crackers downstairs. I should have grabbed some of that. Yeah. I love cashews. I went to Aldi and they were out. Like
No,
Aldi and Lidl, you can get like the big, huge bags of them for like $7. Or if you go to Costco, I'm sure you can get a big bag.
I go to BJ's.
Or BJ's. Yeah.
I get the mixed,
Yeah.
the mixed, not the regular ones because they have peanuts and I like peanuts, but I don't really like to eat them like
With the other nuts.
the other nuts. So I get the other one.
Hmm.
It's got
I
like the
understand.
cashews, almonds,
Yeah.
the little filler things.
Oh, I don't like the Brazilian nuts. They're so like
They're
big.
hard and big, yeah.
Now, my dad used to call him toe something. Well, he's still alive. I should ask him. Or my grandpa called him toe something.
Mm,
Oh,
no.
that was really inappropriate what my grandpa used to call them.
What was it?
End toes,
Do I want to know?
Negro toes, in the bad way.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, really?
But he was born in 1908.
Mm-hmm.
He's been dead since 2005. Not that doesn't
I've never heard that though.
yeah, I'm gonna have to ask about that.
What are we talking
Brazilian nuts.
about? Oh, I've heard something similar.
Okay.
I've heard
No,
something
I have
similar.
not.
There's another spin-off on the same.
But
Yeah.
in Brazilians, yeah. I'm afraid to Google it, but I might Google it in my like locked private. Like I get on my Safari private pages to like Google things that I don't want to be flagged as.
Thank goodness. So, Lori, I'm eating nuts and crackers and cheese because my sugar's dropping. So, just so you
Oh,
know.
okay. No, eat.
Yeah.
All
Hi.
right.
How are you doing, Lori?
Hi.
Hi. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Good.
Did you like my comment that you're a John and I'm a Danny?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you know, like
I totally drive you guys batty. I'm so sorry on behalf of all the Dannys and Hollies when it comes to moving and packing.
I've started weeks ago and I've been working and I've been doing all the things. And last night he literally started. I love him. I love him. But last night he started with me that I wasn't leading. And I'm like, first of all, our biggest argument is that we both try to lead, so we fight. So I've now learned to just take a passive role where I'm like, you
Yeah.
tell me what you want me to do, right? And when he said that to me yesterday, I was like, I'm going to strangle you. You're not going to make it. And he chose to have this conversation with me at like 9:30 last night. So like I got severe anxiety. I haven't slept. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to kill you. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Mm.
my goodness.
Yeah, he almost died. He might still die. It might still happen because we're still here.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
trying to
still here. We haven't made it on the road yet.
I'm trying to move all of our shit out by next week. And
Yeah.
he keeps telling me no. And I'm like, well, what's the difference? What's the difference?
Are you putting it in a pod or a storage place?
Just, I have an outdoor storage space for all of our like kayaks and all
Oh
bikes
yeah.
and then I got a climate controlled one for all of our furniture.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna go to Vermont. We're gonna
Yeah.
do what we need to do, and I'll figure it out when we get back.
Yeah.
That's it. Easy.
Okay.
That sounds
Easy.
good.
So why wouldn't you? I mean, even I would be taking trips of like 3 boxes over
Yeah.
to the store, the climate place or the wherever place.
But I said to him, I'm like, if we just get the furniture out next week,
Yeah.
Then we could leave. And then if we come back and we're not finished, it's
Right.
just small stuff. As
Right.
opposed to leaving the furniture and then trying to freaking do
Yeah.
everything. And he's not listening. So he's gonna die, telling me. But it's okay. We're here. Hey,
Okay.
can we talk about this D conversation?
I had some biases. We're going to talk through my biases.
I was like, okay, all right. I kind of got stumped. I didn't know what to do with certain things.
Okay.
So I'm really curious to see how I took it versus how you took it versus how you took it. It'll be great.
What score did you get, Lori?
I ended up with I think a 27.5. But then I didn't, where the hell did they go?
Well, that's a good score. I mean, it was close to mine. You both got close to mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to be within 1 or 2 points of each other every time.
I
Okay.
just want to say that I feel like if you do something 2 or more times, maybe even 3, in a PCC call, it should be a negative point. Or maybe
What do
a
you mean?
negative 0.5.
Explain.
Like the interrupting. That happened a few times, not just like once, right? And the one time was an interruption to inject what she wanted Kim to talk about next, and that was let's focus on decluttering. So that like really kind of threw me for like a loop in my mind, and I kind of went, "Oh, this isn't going to pass." But then it kept going, and I was like, "Oh, like she's doing really good." Oh, but then she interrupted again. Oh, but then she's like, and it wasn't until like the second or third time I listened that I actually caught the silences that she left, because the first time I'm thinking she didn't leave any silence. She interrupted. See, so it was like my like biases and like double questions. There was a few double questions.
Let me say something real quick. It's easy when you're listening to it
Mm-hmm.
to pick out all the negatives.
Right.
That's the first thing you're gonna notice the first time that you
Okay.
listen to it.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't ever listen to it once.
Once. Yeah. No. Yes. No.
But also, you're looking for those markers. So that's a switch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
instead of listening for the mistakes, you have to get used to just listening for the markers first.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a reason why you don't listen to it just once.
Yeah.
Once you get used to going in and saying, oh, let me find out everything that they did great,
Yeah.
you'll do that 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then when you go back, you'll start to notice, you'll start to pay attention to the other things.
That's
But we don't take points
Mhm.
away, right? It's that they don't earn the points if they don't do it.
right. Yeah.
But yeah, that, and you'll see your bias in this because it's just so easy to do.
Well, and that makes a lot of sense because you're right. Like anytime just in life when you've been taught to grade or score, we're looking for the wrong. And this is like a
Flipped.
mindset change.
Yeah, we want to celebrate. Kind of
Yeah.
think it this way. We want to celebrate what they're doing well.
Yeah.
And then map that out.
Yeah.
And then when we're done that, we can say, okay, where was the improvement needed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Lori? What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I kind of took the different approach of like, let me just try to see where all these questions go. Not that it's different, but I kind of was like looking for the good for it. And then where I feel, because I'm always looking for the good, I feel like I would struggle with how to give the feedback. Right. I'm like, oh, but she kind of got that. Okay, I'll give that like a half a point. It was like where I was. Do you know what I mean? And I had to go back and be like, okay, but does that really apply? Is that really there? And that's where I just started kind of questioning myself on all of it.
Okay. So we can go through it.
Okay.
Now, I don't have it graded like you do, but points or whatever, but I have an idea what they would be.
Yeah,
A
so
total for, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so like when I sent the message yesterday, that like my big bias and I totally missed something, like it was the silences when I listened to it the third time.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, oh, and that's why she has those weird numbers at the end of some of these at the
Yeah.
transcript.
Ah,
So
okay.
I didn't even cop on because I was just so yeah, thought I was a positive person, but I'm a really harsh instructor apparently.
Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I hope you didn't take it from me. Like that's what I was saying.
No, but I wasn't like, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, I don't think that makes you a
horrible
strict
person.
instructor. Yeah, or a horrible person. Okay. So let's just, well, first of all, the first two are always have to be an observed, right? If
Yeah.
one of those are not observed, it's an automatic fail. You don't even have to go through the rest of it.
Hmm.
Okay.
You would just let me know, right? And then they have to redo it. 3.1,
Yes.
each of you give me one that you have for that.
Oh, I only had one. I didn't even think to look for another one for that one or think, yeah, just so, okay, 34 seconds. Okay, so what would you like to focus on today?
And then besides that one, I had it 2 minutes. What would you need to walk away with to consider this session successful?
And I put that at 3.2.
Mm, okay.
All right, hang on. Where did my sheet just go? Oh, no, not that one. Okay, there it is.
Where is he?
Okay, so we have, let me separate out this from the screen.
I really like the way you transcribe, Cheryl. It's very attractive. It's very nice to read. I like the color, you know me, I love a good color coding. And of course the coach is purple. Like it just flowed.
I'm a purple person.
I know. I
Love
know.
it.
I would have
I
been
love
disappointed if it wasn't purple.
So these are ones that we submitted, so they're very pretty.
Oh, okay, of course.
I don't always do that. Okay. So we have 0.35, 0.34
Mhm.
of, so what would you like to focus on today?
Mhm.
Then we have, what did you say, Lori? What was
I
your
said,
times?
now that I'm rereading it, it's more like the outcome, but what would you want to walk away with to consider this session successful
2 minutes.
at 2 minutes?
That's right. That goes under 3.1.
Yay!
Oh, it
Yay!
does. Okay. So what would make that go under 3.1 and not 3.2? Because she's asking for a measurable outcome.
Well, it's not measurable yet.
Hmm.
It's just an outcome,
I gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
right? There's nothing there that makes it measurable yet.
Gotcha.
So this goes to topic and outcome, which is 3.1.
Okay.
There's also another one that for 3.1. What do you think it is?
Apparently, I don't know.
Is it the expand? Would you expand on that list? What would you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
see, and I put.
I put that under 3.2.
So did I,
Okay.
because I thought, well, we're now specifically speaking of a list.
So it could go to it could go to 3.2 as well. But I have it
Okay.
under both. So we're gonna do the whole thing for these.
Okay.
Okay.
You can see how we're using them interchangeably as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the client explains the list.
Mhm.
And then what else do you have for 3.2? If
How
anything.
will you know that we've reached the outcome at 4 minutes?
Yeah. Same.
Oh, did we do 215? Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah, 2:15, and then the client starts to explain at 2:20 or clears it up at 2:28. But there's a little bit more nuance to it, right? If you look at 3.23,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on.
how would you like this list to flow? Still concentrating on that outcome and what could be a measurement.
So I had that under 3.3. Explore.
I didn't have that under 3.3.
Okay, so I need to move that to 3.2. Okay.
Then the coach invites the client to define how the client will know they have a list
Okay.
at 4.
So that's
How will
where.
you know we've reached that outcome? That's at 4 minutes.
But is that 3.2 or 3.3?
Yeah, that's 3.2. That's the outcome. That's the measurement. How will you know? That's the measurement.
Okay.
And then even further, like the 4 point, so the client goes into what that would look like, right? A clear vision, they'll have a good feeling, they'll feel at peace, yada, yada, yada. So that's all that measurement. That's how the client is going to measure the outcome.
Okay.
And then to even take it a step further, the coach explores what alignment means to the client at 5.52. Because the client's talking about the, or not 5.52, hang on. Oh yeah, 5.52. Tell me what that meant. What does that mean for you?
Oh, right there. Okay. So I put that under, I have it under different areas, but it still applies there.
Yeah, applies there and it applies on 3.3.
3.3, but it's also under 3.2. Okay.
Yep, 3.2 and 3.3.
Explain why it's there. Because what does that mean for you?
Because the coach is exploring so it's part of the outcome, the measurement. So the coach is exploring what it means to them so that they can get a clearer picture of what that outcome is, that measurement.
Okay.
I'm saying outcome, but I mean measurement.
Okay.
It's just creating a clearer picture.
Got it.
So then clarify that. So it seems like by this that what we have now is that the outcome is a list and that the client will know they have the list when they feel in alignment. And now we have clarity what that looks like.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So 3.3, what do you have? You have the 5.52, which is one of them. You mentioned the word alignment. What does that mean for you? What else?
250 when she asked, what meaning does this have for you?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have 2.5 and 5.52. Those are the two for 3.3.
Okay.
And then 3.4, what do you have?
I put not observed regarding the goal, but it was observed at the start of the session. When she asked, do you need to make any adjustments before we start? So like at 18 seconds. So I struggled with this one. I won't lie. I don't know.
So this is really about getting the client to define what they have to address in order to discuss and reach that outcome.
So
then it would be 6:59. I just saw it. 6:59. Okay.
Yeah, so that sounds like a really worthy goal. I'm looking forward to helping you achieve that alignment. So what needs to be addressed first?
Okay.
That's perfect question for that, right? That's the one where you say, where do we start? Where do you want to start? What do you need to address first?
That's the only one I put for 3.4.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's only one. Yep. Okay, so 4.1. Coach acknowledges and respects the client's unique talents, insights, and work in the coaching process.
This one I thought was a little hard because like to find I put 2751. Let's see. So I want to celebrate your movement towards the decluttering, opening up space in your life to let out with the old, in with the new, and I see that smile on your face.
Yeah, so that's a celebration or acknowledgement. That's not,
Yeah, okay. I had it as
their,
celebration first. It is
yeah,
gone.
it's not their talents or insights or any, it's not really going over the work in the coaching
So did
process.
she hit it? Because I was like struggling with that one. Okay.
No,
Okay.
she didn't.
Because I
Did you have
it,
them?
The only thing that I said that she acknowledged her about anything is congratulations on having your summer free. But it has nothing to do with the coaching agreement.
yeah,
Right, or the process, or, the process getting there.
yeah.
Yeah, so this is actually a development opportunity. It's not observed. So the feedback here is that we want to let the coach know that we want to avoid some of the things that were done in here. For instance, 6.59, that sounds like a really worthy goal. Why do we want
Yeah.
to avoid that?
Because she's giving her opinion.
It's an opinion, but it's a judgment,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't seem like we're judging somebody, but we are. These are the things that we talked about in the class.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. These are all
Yes.
forms of judgment.
And like at 9:09, there's like a let's stop. And I had the at 2614. Yeah, I love that. And I was like, is that okay? Because I feel like I did that once and it wasn't okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, these are things it's a form of positive judgment.
Yeah.
So we have the 6.59, we have the 2614, which is, I love that. We have the 2653, which is, it is always fun to get tools to do a new project with.
Yeah.
3054, I have loved watching you build this vision out. So not anything terribly wrong with them, but these are the things we want to get coaches to unlearn, to stop, get out of this habit. We want to look at their unique qualities and characteristics, what makes them as clients, or I'm sorry, as coaches, and then look at what was demonstrated by that client that allowed them to get new insights or realizations or whatever, or awarenesses.
Mhm.
And that's what we want to celebrate, or the processes that we see them going through. That's what we want to celebrate. Alternatively, you could share something similar to what was said, but more neutral. So for instance, saying, instead of saying, I've loved watching you build this vision out, consider saying something like, I acknowledge how deeply reflective you were to build this vision out.
Okay.
See the difference there?
Yeah.
Instead of, I've loved watching you build this vision out, I acknowledge how deeply reflective you were to build this vision out. So
Yeah.
we're looking at that, we're acknowledging that process, that deeply reflective process that helped them build the vision out. Now, it's not required to say acknowledge or to demonstrate acknowledgement.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it says coach acknowledges and respects, they're not saying that you have to always use the word acknowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be careful of that as well. We're not trying to put them into a box that they all say, oh, I acknowledge you for this, or I acknowledge you for that. That's not what we're saying. That's just a different way to say something that can name a specific process. So just remember that it says acknowledges and respects. There's a different way to acknowledge and respect something in a conversation without saying that.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions on any of that?
No.
Okay. 4.2.
No. Which I felt weird saying no because she was in her tone. At times you could hear just like the softness or the concern. Maybe that's because I know her.
Mm.
But when I went back and looked, I couldn't find anything that like demonstrated words of that.
What about you, Lori?
So I gave it to her because I felt like I know her, but I could see what Holly is saying, and now I'm doubting whether or not she did.
She did. It was observed. I'm curious, what examples do you have, Lori?
I didn't put any examples because I didn't think about
Oh.
having to do that. Do we have to? Okay.
Anything that's observed, you have to be able to put
I didn't.
anything.
Just make shit up.
No, anything that's observed, you have to copy and paste in the evidence.
Okay. I will. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, point 18, you need to make any adjustments before we start the session.
Okay.
That's concern for the client.
Okay.
1.43, congratulations on having a summer free. That sounds right, or not that sounds fun, but congratulations, that's showing support.
Okay.
50, 150, what do we have? I actually don't even like that one. 659. What do we have? 659, that sounds like a really worthy goal. I'm looking forward to helping you achieve the alignment. What it needs to be addressed first. So that sounds like a really worthy goal. It's support.
Okay.
And then 1053.
Really bombed this one.
I heard a lift in your voice there when you have the motivation piece in there that you got that resource coming in to help you. So what would be next? It's a little convoluted, but it's there.
Yeah, like 659 I put in celebration, and so like I didn't think of it as hitting 4.2. Like I was thinking a lot about like the empathy piece. And I didn't see, I guess I don't look at 4.2 as celebratory, but the support is celebratory is support, is what you're saying as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we have, what is that? No, 31. I don't understand mine. 3133. So you're very welcome. It was my honor and privilege to coach you today, and I can't wait to see whatever the canoe and everything. So that's support.
Okay.
Okay, 4.3.
I lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we just did 4.2. Yeah, so I put 2653, you're smiling. I think I probably then put a lot under like explores the emotions, and they could have been up at 4.3 as well then. In 7.
Like, give me an example.
Well, I'm going to find it here. Or is that 6? 6. Hold on. Yeah,
What about you, Lori? Do you have anything in there?
Yeah. So I have 526.
yeah.
That's so when you say all of that, how does that make you feel? 540, hopeful for what? And tell me if any of these are wrong, okay? Because
So the 526, I don't really like for that.
okay.
I won't say it's wrong though, but really 5.4 is on target because the client says hopeful and the coach says hopeful for what? So
I totally missed that.
they're acknowledging and supporting their expression and questioning it at the same time.
Okay.
And then I also had 552 about the alignment.
Yep.
And then I had 1508. I hear what you're saying. Decluttering has to do with your creativity. So I don't
I don't have that 1508. I had 1548.
Oh, 1540. What's 1540? I was kind
Um,
of like, because she was saying, like, I hear what I hear you saying, but just in Dee's way. So is that where we put
Yeah.
what I hear you saying? Is that where that usually goes or no?
I mean, it is an acknowledgement.
Kind
I
of.
don't know that it's supporting their expression of
Okay.
feelings, perception, because I hear what you're saying. I guess it could be. I guess it's not complete to me.
Yeah, I
Like
could see.
maybe if they said, I hear you saying such and such,
Yeah.
then it'd be a little bit more complete. But again, I wouldn't say that it's wrong. I just don't think it's strong.
Okay. So I'm gonna put a kind of next to that.
Yeah. So, but the 1548 is definitely one.
Okay.
And then I also had 2653.
2653. You're smiling. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that one, duh.
And then
What else did I have under 6 months?
yeah, did you have anything else under 4.3?
Not under that. I put them under 6.3.
Yes, the other one I have under 6.3 is when
Well, let's not go to 6 yet.
no, I'm wondering if it should also be up at
Oh.
4.3. Was Kim says she doesn't want to be judged, and D says this is at 1609. How does
Yes.
how does it feel to say that?
1609 goes up there.
Goes where? To 6.3 or
4.3. Well, it could be in 6, but it can be in 4.3.
okay.
We'll talk about 6 when we get there. But yeah, it can definitely be on 4.3. I have that as well.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I have 16.49 as well. So what does judge mean to you?
Okay.
Okay. So I guess my question here is, and I'm just gonna, I really need to, I feel like I need to like get these. So how is 4.3 different than 6.2? Like how did, she's acknowledging, supporting.
So 6.2 is really just exploring the words the client uses,
Okay.
where 4.3 is a little bit more like expanded, where it could be their expressions, their feelings, their concerns. Like it's not just the words that they use.
Okay. Perfect.
You could pick up on a feeling or an expression that they've used, or a perception that you might be seeing in how they're answering you, and it's not actually questioning a word that they're using.
Okay. That helps.
About 4.4.
I have 659. What needs to be addressed first, and then 909.
So what has to be addressed first would not fall for 4.4.
No. Okay.
Because they're not, when they say inviting the client to respond in a way to the coach's contributions,
Yeah.
that's like if a coach is reflecting something back and the coach says, how did that land for you? Or how did that, you're questioning that. Or maybe the coach says something like, I'm getting a feeling that, you are thinking this is such and such and such. What would your thoughts be on that? So
Okay.
they're offering something up, and then
Okay.
they're asking for the client to respond to that in a way that they're not showing any attachment to it.
Yeah. Okay. Got that. Then I didn't see that.
Right. It's not observed.
Okay.
Oh wait, what number did you just say, Lori?
4.4.
No, but what?
I originally had, I don't know now, 649 or something.
Okay. Yeah, so I really struggled with this, and I went back in and I did put 2014 what is that? What is that makes you take a leap towards that? He is going to be negative towards you rather than positive. I heard the conflict that he has. You've never given any indication. He has never given you an indication. I heard you say earlier, not good enough. I did hear you say, so she does the summary. And then, so what's coming up for you when I bullet point these things back?
Yeah, so
Oh,
there's a
my.
reflection here. There's a
Yeah.
reflection here. The coach is not actually contributing too much.
I see.
She's reflecting back, but not necessarily contributing anything to it.
Gotcha.
Like she's not
So I
making
was
an assumption or forming an opinion and then asking, or not an
I
opinion,
see.
but forming something and then asking the client to reflect back on it.
Yeah, like asking a deeper question around something that,
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I was really struggling with that one. And so I
No,
found,
it wasn't observed.
okay.
Okay. 5.1.
Yes. But
Mhm.
1508, I hear you saying that a lot. Let me ask it this way. So what does decluttering have to do with your creativity?
Yeah, 1508 is one. It's identity basically, or creativity. Yep. Lori, you have one?
I don't know if they're right. I really struggled.
That's fine. That's what this is for.
So I had 722. What would be the first thing that would come up for you? And then I put 1609. How does it feel when you said that? But I don't know.
I think that's the, so we're looking for the whole person, right? The whole person can be like emotions, perceptions, their creativity, their identity, their beliefs,
Oh, wow.
learning, laughter, like the whole person, the who of them.
So like a fourth of the questions at least should be in here.
I mean, so I have 2.50 and
Okay,
5.52, and that's basically around the meaning of things.
5.52. Is that what
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then I have emotions are the 5.26 and 1609.
5.26 and 1609.
And then perceptions, 5.40 and 1649. Voice, 10.53. Creativity, which Holly had, which was the 1508. And then identity, which is 1548. Beliefs is
Okay.
1706 and 1715.
Seventeen of 6 and 17, 15.
15.
Okay.
And then for fun, I have 24.25 for laughter.
That's not voice. That's just
It could be voice too.
expression.
I just put it out as laughter, but yeah,
Yeah.
it could be that too. And then for learning, I have 24.52 and 27.51.
That one's learning too.
Yeah, both of those.
2705.
51. 27.51.
51.
What was laughter? Or was that part of
Laughter was
2425.
24.25.
And then before perceptions, what was it? Sorry.
That's okay. So we have
The 250, 552. Because I'm going to do this.
so the 250 and 552 is like the meaning,
Okay.
making meaningful things or meaning in their life. And then it was emotions, perceptions.
Got it. Yeah. Voice, identity.
Yeah. So just, these are just little things, right? Like if
Yeah.
you look at emotions, 526 and 1609.
Yeah.
So, 526, we have, that sounds, so when you say all of that, how does that make you feel? Right? So we're talking about the who of the person.
Yeah.
And then, 1609, we have, how did you feel when you said that? Feelings. Then we have like the perceptions. 540, where's that? Hopeful for what? So she's asking about her perception of that. 1649. We have, where is it? What does judged mean to you? So again, perceptions. And then voice, 1053. Heard a lift in your voice. What would be next? So these all of these play to the who of the person. And all the rest of the ones that we talked about.
So then explain to me 7.2 when it says expand on the who.
We'll get to that.
Okay. Because she didn't I don't have anything for that, but now I'm like, okay, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Let's just go in order so that we don't have to remember what I did and didn't do.
Well, no, I just trying to yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you. When we
Let me
get
write
there,
a
we'll
little
see
note
the,
there.
yeah, we'll see the,
That put one.
okay, so that's the who. Now, 5.2, coach acts in response to what the client wants to accomplish throughout this session. So the what?
So
I
what?
don't, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Lori, go ahead.
I only have one, and now I'm like doubting all my whole entire life. I only have 945. What does that look like? I have no idea now. I told you I was so lost that I had to like go through the questions and then listen in order to try to see if I was right. It was, yeah. I don't know. You tell me. 555.2.
And I'm 722. What would be the first thing that would come up for you?
So what would be the first thing that come up for you?
That might be a half a point.
Okay.
I have it not observed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay
So,
with that.
We want the coach to be responsive and clear in the session, right?
Mhm.
So there's times where she doesn't really respond directly to what the client shared
Okay.
about their outcome. So for instance, she says her outcome at 0.40, yet the coach later invites her to state it again at 2.0, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Other than acknowledging that the client already shared it.
Okay.
So rather than saying, so the probably the better way to do this would be say, okay, and so you had mentioned already that your outcome is yada yada, and then just get confirmation of it. Instead, she asks it again. She asks for that outcome again. Also, she does share her opinions at which we already talked about, the 1.43 and the 1.54. And eventually they agree with the outcome, that the outcome is that list.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, D actually assumes that the list is connected to the schedule without asking, without checking in. So then when the client explains that the list would provide clarity, a sense of alignment, that good feeling, and then it makes her feel hopeful, the coach shifts that outcome towards achievement. And then goes back to alignment later on. So when we look at the what, we want this all to be very cohesive.
Okay.
We don't want to be jumping around. We don't want the coach to be jumping around. And we don't want the coach to make the client do more work towards that what than if they've already done it. So you acknowledge that's part of the what. You're acknowledging that what that the client's bringing. And if you need clarification, that's fine, but don't ask a whole question again, kind of thing. And there's other examples here I have on it, but like decluttering.
Yeah.
So when Kim brings up the decluttering, D changes the direction
Right.
Without asking how it connects to the list.
Yeah.
So again, these are all things that we want to see cohesion around. I don't expect you to pick up all these. These are nuances, right? And as you start to get used to it and better, then you'll start to pick up these things. But you know, we want to make sure that everything's in alignment and everything's cohesive as much as possible. So overall, D does stay somewhat connected to the client's intended direction, but there's those opportunities to clarify and consistently reinforce the outcome using the client's own words and not her words.
You guys hear that?
No.
When I'm doing this.
What's happening?
What is it?
I'll put on mute. I'm just erasing. I'm like,
No, I can't hear you.
it's all of a sudden on an old thing, and I was like, crap, I just want to erase the stuff so I can keep straight.
Okay. Okay. So questions about that?
No, that makes sense. I think that makes sense. I think a different call will clarify that.
Yep. Well, you have another one coming. So okay. So 5.3, coach partners with the client to support the client to choose what happens next in the session. Next in the session.
I have 909. How would you like to move forward then that now what choices you have?
I have that, but I have it in red saying bad, bad, bad. So that I would remember to put.
Yeah, so this I have is not observed.
Okay.
The 909 is actually an improvement, development.
On there.
I was trying for her.
Yeah, because we've got the let's stop, changes focus. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's ways to invite the client to lead the session more frequently than just at the beginning, like where you want to start, right?
Right.
So where should we go from here? What would be helpful right now?
Yeah.
Things like that helps the client to get a greater sense of being in partnership with the coach. So in this recording, the coach often leads the session. She, without the client input, or uses language that kind of gives the impression of directing the conversation. So she used tell me.
Yeah.
Which, we don't want to use that at all. There's a spot where the client responds to what needs to be addressed with talking about the things that are really important for me to achieve and then prioritizing. When we hear that, or when the coach hears that, we want to ask them simpler, more open questions, like how would you like to start, rather than asking for the first thing that comes up or first thing that comes to mind, or things like that. Again, how would you like to start? Where do you want to go from here? What would be helpful here? We also want to avoid things like, if we could stop here, or we will stop here, when the client introduces, a new topic. That was the 909. Or when you're checking progress, like the 2235, because it closes off the client's thoughts. And I talk about that a lot, right? When you introduce new language, when you put in your own interpretation without checking back with the client, you're cutting off the client's thoughts. When you cut off the end of when a client has an answer and you come right back with a question and you don't give some space, you're cutting off the client's thought process. That all falls under 5.3.
Okay. Oh.
Because they choose they lead, and these are ways that they can lead, and the ways that really weren't being, that D was doing the leading. Okay. Is that good? You good on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
5.4. We don't need examples for this. It was demonstrated throughout the whole conversation. She did demonstrate curiosity to learn more about the client. Most of her questions were open-ended.
Yeah.
She was curious about Kim's thoughts and beliefs and thoughts and everything, emotions and all that. That was demonstrated throughout the session. That's all really you need to put for something like that has a lot of,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And then how about 5.5?
Well, once I copped on, I just copied down all your numbers, pauses in the notes.
So the coach intentionally creates or allows for silence, pause, or reflection. So that's observed.
I've said it 8 times.
And well, so let's see, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, well, these are kind of ranges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's like 9.
Okay.
But basically the coach effectively creates or allows for silence, pause, or reflection throughout the whole coaching session. Often after the coach asks the question, the coach maintains silence until the client's ready to respond, which she did a really good job with. The ranges of silence last from anywhere from 5 to 21 seconds. So, and then also, while the client is speaking, the coach recognizes a moment when the client needs more time and stays silent until the client answered. That was at 4.37. So that was well done. $6.1.
I have it, but I don't have any examples. That was dumb.
Now, 6.1, who the client is or the client's situation is connected to what?
The language. So, I mean, those would have been the alignment, the hope question, the who's going to judge you.
So here's the thing. We have situations, we have examples in 5.1 for the coach acts in response to the whole person, the who of the client, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what 6.1 is saying is that the coach asks questions and makes observations customized to what they learned about that who of the client.
Okay.
And she actually does not do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't have that customized to.
So,
What would be an example? I know what you mean, but
so we want her to use the client's words instead of the pronouns to strengthen. This is all around the pronouns. So G uses a lot of things like this, that, it. And when we look at the who of a client, we want to be talking to them, not this, that, it. So that's really how I have it separated out. So we want to use words that is going to allow the client to connect it to themselves versus a this or a that or an it. That's removed. It's not looking at the who. So we had all those areas where we helped with the who of the person. We acknowledged the who of the person. We asked those questions for the who of the person, and then we dropped it, and we started referring to this, that, and it.
Okay.
So we want to use the client's words instead of and what we've come to know that they have identified about themselves versus using like pronouns that make it that detach from the client. Examples are like 2.50. We have, what meaning does this have for you? Now, she doesn't know too much about it right now. We're only 2 2
Yeah.
minutes in. But if you go to, well, another one is like 5:52. Again, still a little bit early. What does that mean for you?
Mm.
But later on, if we go to 9:45, there's a couple examples. What does that look like?
Mm.
And then 16:09.
Yeah, because she does say Kim's name once, and it really grabbed my attention. I was like, oh, she finally included Kim's name.
Yeah, so either her name or whatever it is that she's asking. So like if you look at 16:09, she said, how did you feel when you said that?
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel when you said you don't want to
Yeah.
be judged?
Gotcha. Yeah, okay.
So that's the who of the person, right? She's talking
Mhm.
about not wanting to be judged, and instead we're saying that.
Okay.
And then same 26:14. I love that. I see your arms up in a victory pose. I love that. And so let me ask you whatever. Instead of saying I love that, I love your victory pose, or how I love how you're expressing yourself here, like something that deals with the who of the person instead of that very removed that.
No,
But
it
of
makes
course
sense.
go ahead.
Well, no, I think subconsciously that's what I was hearing, and that's why like I kind of jumped when I heard her say Kim's name.
Yeah, same thing. Like it's connecting to the person. This
Yeah.
is connecting to who she is, who the person is.
Like I just could subconsciously I knew there wasn't a connection, but I didn't know to put it that way.
The other thing here is that she also introduces some language.
Yeah.
She introduces harsh, negative, your own biggest critic, pinnacle, drudgery, and relatives. We don't want to introduce new words, right?
No.
Okay. 6.2.
Mhm. So the achievement at 553, and then
Oh, there should be the alignment one.
I mean the alignment. That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah,
5.2. Yeah.
552. Yeah.
So instead of saying that, what does that mean to you, right? That's one of the examples. What does alignment mean to you? But yes, that's a 6.2. What else? There's another one.
And there was the hope question.
That could be it. That's not a strong one, but there's a
Okay.
stronger one. There's a stronger one.
I had 1548, but now I'm questioning it.
48.
What part of yourself does not want you to be creative? But that's not really right.
I mean, the client, yeah, that could be. I didn't have that, but she does say, gives me permission to be creative. What part of yourself does not want you to be creative? It could be, yeah.
6.
But
No.
also, it's not really exploring the word.
Right.
So that's why I don't have it. She's not really asking like what does creative mean to her or something, right? She's not asking a question about the word.
Right.
But anyway, what was the other one?
I don't have another one.
I don't have anything else. I know there's another one. I just can't find it.
1649. What does judged mean to you?
Yeah,
She had
I'm wondering.
yeah, I don't want to be judged for my end results. Well, what does judge mean to you? Right, she's questioning the word, right? The language that the client's using. So yeah, that was observed in those two examples. 6.3, coach inquires about or explores the client's emotions.
So hopeful 540, hopeful for what? 250, what does this have for you?
I don't have those now. They could be like sub ones,
Okay.
but we want coach explores about or explores the client's emotions? Inquires or explores the client's emotions.
So
Dead
526.
on 526. How does that make you feel? There's another one.
553. What does that mean for you? I don't
No,
know.
not
No.
emotions.
Oh, right.
1609. How did it feel? when you
1609.
said it?
There
How
it
did
is.
that feel when you said that?
Okay.
Specifically, straightforward. How does
Got
that
it.
make you feel? How do you feel when you said that?
Okay, so okay.
Okay. 6.4. Coach explores the client's energy shifts, nonverbal cues, or behaviors.
1053. I heard a lift in your voice.
That's
24.
an observation.
Does that fit then? No?
Oh,
No, because we're looking for explores.
Oh.
You have
Tell
to
me.
look at the markers, the
Yeah.
words the markers are using. So the the coach explores the client's energy shifts, nonverbal cues, or behaviors.
So
it
24.
did help when I pulled this out, like your little titles
Yeah.
like that say explore or this or that, like that helped me.
Yeah.
24, 25 for sure.
Yep. Tell me about the laughter.
And 2653, the smile. Or is that just an observation?
So, so she's real attentive to like Kim's energy
Yeah.
throughout the conversation, right? Um, she pays attention to it, but when she comments on it, she often asks a question that's unrelated to
Mhm.
exploring it.
Mhm.
That's the problem, is that she's not exploring it. She acknowledges it, but she's not exploring it, and that's the difference.
So,
We're
like,
looking for
tell
them
me
to
about your
explore.
smile right now.
Yeah.
Be
Well,
right.
the tell me part isn't great, but yeah.
Yeah.
So when a coach references the energy or nonverbal cue or signal, whatever, we want the coach to follow up with a question that invites the client to reflect on it, to think about it, or what's meaningful in that, like to identify what's meaningful.
So if she only had like 2614 is like, I see your arms up in a victory pose, and then 2653 you're smiling, would you give a half a point or no point?
I mean, I might have given a half a point.
Okay.
What I would have wanted to have seen, instead of saying I heard a lift in your voice, or I see your arms up in a victory pose, is like, what are you, instead of saying I heard a lift in your voice, what are you feeling right now? Or I heard a lift in your voice, what's that about? You know, something, if you're going to make the observation, then follow it up with a question.
Yeah.
You know, I see your arms up in the victory pose. What does that pose represent for you? You're smiling. What does that smile mean right now? So remember, it's the exploring, not the identification for 6.4.
Yeah.
But she did get it because she said, "Tell me about the laughter," even though "tell me" isn't the best way.
I mean, it's not great, right? But we already addressed that in a different.
Yeah.
So, but it's still evidence of 6.4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. 6.5.
So I put 1548. You said yourself is stopping yourself. You said the only thing that's getting in your way is myself. What part of yourself does not want you to be creative, Kim?
Yeah, 1548. What part of you does not want to be creative? Yep. So coaches inquire about or explores how the client currently perceives themselves or the client's world. So their beliefs, assumptions, and perceptions. So yeah, what part of you does not want to be creative? What else? There's a couple other examples.
I have 250. What meaning does this have for you? I don't know. Tell me if they're right or not. 520.
Yeah, I think I would give that. I don't have it, but I think that would be one of them.
526. How does that make you feel? No.
No, it's perception.
Okay.
1715. Where does that harsh criticism come from?
Yeah, I have that one. No,
Okay.
But we're
17.
talking about
Hmm?
we're talking about how they perceive themselves now or their own world. I mean, those I think they could potentially be, but they're not direct. They're not like what part of you does not want to be creative? That's pretty specific and pretty direct.
Mm-hmm.
5.40. Hopeful for what? That's their perception. So we're asking about their perception.
Okay.
1508. What does decluttering have to do with your creativity?
What number
We're
is that?
looking for their perception of those two things together.
1508.
Thank you.
1508. And then again, the 16.49, what does judged mean to you? That's their perception.
Okay.
Who is the most critical of your work? 1706.
Okay, I got that too.
And then where is that harsh criticism coming from? 1715.
Don't have that.
Okay.
17. Okay.
I love that one.
I'm getting like a C minus, a D. We're doing all right.
Look, it's the first one you're doing, so.
Okay, well, I think we need like 10 more.
Well,
Ready to do this.
we're gonna do a couple more anyway.
That's for shizzle.
All right, 6.6, coach allows the client to continue speaking without interruption unless there is a stated coaching purpose.
No.
Yes.
What? She interrupts her. Interrupts her. What? No. Go ahead, prove me wrong.
How many instances did we have of silence?
A lot. 8, 9.
So she did show it. Now, is there instances where she didn't? Yeah. But
without interrupting. That's what got me.
those instances that we identified as silence, where she showed the silence, she didn't interrupt. There's other instances where she did.
Okay, so she doesn't stop the silence. She allows. Okay, let me write that
Yeah. So I mean, there isn't a development opportunity here.
down. Okay.
But if we have silence being shown, we have 6.6. They're connected.
Okay.
The opportunity here for development is that we want the coach can allow more time after the client continues to speak because she does wind up talking over her, interrupting her. So like 10.53 and 27.20, the coach is talking while the client still appears to be processing, talking, and she winds up interrupting her, and then the client ends with at 9.48, which is an indication that she was going to continue, and then D cuts right in. And then there's like 27:36, 29:36, and 29:56, where she's interrupting.
Yeah.
So that you would also have to note the development opportunity, but it is observed.
Okay.
Okay, 6.7. Coach succinctly reflects or summarizes what the client communicated to ensure the client has clarity and understanding.
I give it half a point because some were okay, and then some I'm like, what are you saying?
So there were 2 or 3 times that I didn't put them in here, but I did write she summarized, but it was a little too much at times. Could have been more succinct. So
Yeah.
I gave it a 1, but I wasn't comfortable. I didn't know for sure.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be observed.
Okay, then she did it.
So she did summarize and reflect back.
Okay.
There's numerous examples. There might be some where she didn't do a great job and you wouldn't include those as examples, but
Okay.
there's 4, there's 5.52, 909, 1053, 1548, 2235, 2720, 2751, 3054. So there's plenty of examples of it. The thing is that, and this was a meme I saw somewhere, but PCC doesn't mean perfect, coach, right? Just looking for the observation.
That makes sense.
Okay. 7.1, coach asks question about the client, such as the client's current way of thinking, feeling, values, needs, wants, beliefs, or behaviors.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's plenty of examples. I have a list of one.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's like 16 examples I have.
I
Did you have that, Lori?
I didn't have that many, but yeah. Um, but I could see why now that we're going through it. Okay, I'll go through them and pull them out.
Yeah. Okay. 7.2, coach asks questions to help the client explore beyond the client's current thinking or feeling to new or expanded ways of thinking or feeling about themselves or themselves, the who.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 1508. What's the decluttering have to do with your creativity? 1706. Who's most critical of your work? 2452. What are you learning about yourself now? There's probably more. I just didn't put them all in.
So I didn't do the 24.
52 wasn't.
I have 1548, 1609, 1706, 1715, and 2014. I pulled the main ones. So
Okay.
you don't want to just do a laundry list all the time. Like 7.1, it's pretty important to show, that they've hit the feelings, the values, the needs, wants, beliefs, like you're looking at a variety. So you're going to put a bunch of examples. This is mainly the thinking or feeling about the who, so it can be very specific. I don't think you necessarily need all the examples. I pulled out the main ones.
Okay.
7.3, coach asks questions to help the client explore beyond their current thinking or feeling to a new or expanded way of thinking or feeling about the client's situation. So the what?
I put 540. What? Hopeful for what? So,
I had that in 7.2, but is it better in 7.3?
I actually have 7.3 as not observed.
Oh, so
okay.
7.3, I had 1508. What does decluttering have to do with your creativity? But
So
explain
Yeah,
the difference, please.
yeah. So we're looking for exploring beyond their current thinking or feeling to new or expanded ways of thinking or feeling about their situation. It's not new or expanded because she already had an opinion on it.
Okay.
So Dee wasn't bringing anything new to him.
Got it.
Right? We're looking for something new about the what. So a question that would have Kim think about a new way, like something new, a new way of forming an opinion or a new way, whatever, like, or expanding on her, what she's saying, but really Dee was just questioning the two sides of what she said.
Okay.
So there was nothing new or kind of expanded on it.
Okay.
That wasn't covered in another competency anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so I have that now observed. 7.4, the coach asks questions to help the client explore beyond their current thinking, feeling, or behaving towards the outcome the client desires.
I have that as not observed.
That is observed.
At first I thought it was 1508. Is that right?
That's what I have.
And then I was like, no, that's not right.
I don't have
What
it.
does decluttering have to do with your creativity?
Oh, that's that same question.
Gosh darn it.
It could be. That actually could be one. I don't have that, but
what do you have?
I have 215. Let me go through them so we can hear them. So would you expand on that list? What would that list look like for you? So questions to help them look beyond. So the list, she's asking her to expand on what that list would be. 323. What would be important to connect the scheduling as part of the list? How would that list, of course, it's a convoluted question, but how would that list flow for you? So again, they're looking beyond that current way of thinking that she kind of had this linear type thinking around it, and Dee's asking her to go a little bit further. 4, how will you know that we've reached the outcome? That's an expansion of what she's currently thinking, because now she's got to look at the outcome. 909. Convoluted. Mention that you bills are good financially. Connor, would you like to talk about how that would move forward? That what choices you have? That's the bottom line. It's the choices that is the expansion.
Okay.
945. What does that look like? Again, it's making her look forward. 1053. What?
I'm just laughing because I'm like, nah, I didn't see it.
And I was unsure of it.
Well, 1053, I heard the lift in your voice. Yada, yada, yada. So what would be next? So these are forward-thinking questions, right? Which is expansion. Looking for things that are not currently happening in the conversation, but looking forward to it. Like forward to what things could happen or be or do. That's kind of what you're looking for. And then 2614. What resources will you need to be able to push this along? Again, forward, like what forward thinking. That's the expansion part.
Okay.
And then 2914 is the last one. What could happen that might get you derailed from this, if anything? So again, a forward thinking question. Okay. 7.5, coach shares with no attachment, observation, intuitions, comments, thoughts, or feelings, and immediately invites the client to explore through verbal or tonal invitation.
I have that as not observed.
Right, not observed.
I had not observed, and then I put, it's complicated. 909.
It's not observed, and it's tied to 4.1. And those examples that we talked about. But basically,
4.1.
yeah, but basically, when she does share an observation, she says something like, right, or, you know, there's attachment in there. So when she does share, she has it attached to herself, her own, like, am I right?
Yeah.
Those are the things that we don't want to do. So the things that we talked about in 4.1, those examples are the same for here, for 7.5. So that's not observed. 7.6, coach asks clear, direct, responsive, primarily open-ended questions one at a time at a pace that allows the client to think, feel, or reflect.
I said somewhat. Just because they're so convoluted that I don't know if I would. I get lost in it, but I don't know if that's a fair thing.
Yeah, I think my bias got in the way here because I put 0.5 because, you know, because of the convoluted, because of the like inserted. But if we're taking that away and just looking, yes, she did ask a lot of open-ended questions. I mean, she didn't ask close-ended, so I mean, so she did nail it. Yeah.
Yeah. So asking clear, remember, P for is not perfect. PCC is not perfect coach. So she asks a lot of clear, direct, open-ended questions, one at a time at a good pace. She also asks a lot of open-ended questions, not at a good pace.
Yeah.
And she asks some close-ended questions by stacking them. And then she's got some wordy and confusing questions as well. So there's 3 different examples in here that I have put in here as evidence. But basically the bottom line was there's 39, the coach offers 39 responses to the client. Among them, 36 contain questions. So she asked a ton of questions.
Yeah.
So there's only a couple that didn't have any questions in them.
Yeah.
And then out of her questions, 66% are open-ended and asked one at a time. 19% are stacked, wordy, and confusing, and 11% are closed-ended or leading.
Wait, can you give me those numbers again? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
one more time.
So 92% of her responses are contain questions. Out of those questions, 66% are open-ended
Mhm.
and asked one at a time. 19.5 are stacked, wordy, and confusing. And 11 are closed-ended or leading.
Okay.
But it is definitely observed.
Yeah.
So if that ratio was changed and only 11% were open-ended single questions, would you give it a somewhat?
No, because it's not primarily open-ended questions.
Okay.
Primarily, technically, is anything over 51%.
Okay. Okay, I will mark that down. So
Say that again. Sorry.
I mean, if you think about it, primarily
Mhm.
would be anything over 51%. Now, I don't know that I use that as a judgment, but I'm just saying, you know, if you have a lot of open-ended questions and a very few amount of closed-ended questions, then
Mhm.
it's met. Okay, 7.7, coach uses language that is generally clear and concise.
I said somewhat.
Well,
But
based off the numbers that we just talked
based
about,
off the numbers she did.
it's observed because 66%, which is 2/3,
Yeah.
are clear and concise. Now, there's further development. There's development opportunity here, right? Eliminating
Yeah.
the phrase, like those redundant phrases that she uses, summarizing the client's words with more precision, asking questions with fewer words, being more clear. Like those are things that would on the other questions and not stacking. Like those are things that we would give as developmental feedback, but we also show that it's observed and note that first, and then come back with the feedback of, you know, here's, you know, like for instance, I had, for example, the coach could eliminate the following phrases to enhance the messaging. Just so I understand, let me ask it this way. Let me ask you, when did you say that? I just want to, let me ask you. So instead of her saying, she could eliminate those things and just go into the question that she was asking. Makes it more powerful and less junky. And then again, using the, like 909. Okay, so if we could stop here with decluttering, would you like to move forward with talking about as your priorities here? You mentioned that your bills are good financially and that your declutter. Would you like to talk about how that would you like to like move forward? Like this is very convoluted. Where really she could have just said, given that keeping your home decluttered is one of your biggest goals, where should we go from here?
I'm gonna
So
write that.
that would be the feedback that you could give, is simplifying, using fewer words and being more succinct. Um, 7.8, coach allows the client to do most of the talking.
I said yes.
Oh yeah, it's 31% to 68%.
Is it on there?
I
70 to 30.
GPT chatted that.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I use Raynotes, and Raynotes gives me the
Okay.
ratio.
Raynotes is a paid prescription.
It is. I'll send you the transcriptions with it, with the
Okay.
recordings, because
Perfect.
they either pay me, right? You see that, right? They're either going to pay me for those transcriptions or they're going to give me a transcription.
Right.
So you'll get those when you
Okay.
do these. And so it was a 69, or I'm sorry, a 71, 29 ratio here.
And we want it 80-20 is roughly, but
Basically 15 to 30% for the coach, 70 to 85 for the client. But, 80-20 is the sweet spot.
Okay.
All right, 8.1, coach invites or allows the client to explore progress toward what the client wanted to accomplish in this session.
She did that. She stopped and asked at 22:35. We're getting
That's right.
close to the session. So let me
Yep.
ask you, stop for a second. And so how are we progressing with your goals, your list
Yep.
of goals? Responsibility. Mhm.
How are we progressing towards your goals to make the list of your responsibilities with the highest responsibilities first? And then, 22:35.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, 8.2, coach invites the client to state or explore the client's learning in this session about themselves, the who.
24. 2.
Yep. 8.3, coach invites the client to state or explore the client's learning in this session about the client's situation. So the what?
27:51. What was your favorite takeaway from our session today?
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, that goes to 8.3. 8.4, coach invites the client to consider how the client will use the new learning from the coaching session.
I put no. I was unsure about this.
Yeah, I have no too.
Not observed.
Okay.
Coach partners with the client to design post-session thinking, reflection, or action.
So yes, I put 25:30 for remind yourself what was that pinnacle? Does that count? It was a little okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I have. 25:30 is the evidence for that.
Okay.
Okay, 8.6, coach partners with the client to consider how to move forward, including resources, support, or barriers.
26:14 and 29:14.
Also 27:20 and 29:42.
27:20 and 29:42. 27. Okay.
8.7, coach partners with the client to design the best methods of accountability for themselves.
No.
I said no.
Yeah, not observed. 8.8, coach celebrates the client progress and learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you have for that?
143. Congratulations on having a free summer. 27:51. Celebrate your movement towards decluttering. 30:54. Loved watching you build this vision out. Yep, those are the three I put.
So
I
you
only-
wouldn't use the first one because the first one that you said isn't celebrating their progress and learning.
Oh, in the learning. I see. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so 27:51, 30:54, and 31:33.
31:33.
30.
And then 8.9, coach partners with the client on how the client wants to complete this session.
I put it as a half, like somewhat. I have what's your favorite takeaway? And also, as we're closing out the session, is there anything else other than relatives piling in on you and fish?
Yeah,
30.
so I have 29:42,
Yeah.
which is that one, and then 30:29, which is and what does that mean as we're closing here? One more second here. Well, I don't even know what that means really, but it's talking about the close. And then 30:54. How would you like to close the session?
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Mhm. Yeah. That's the one I put. I didn't put the others. Put that
Yeah.
one.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen so you can see.
Were you writing us down as we did it?
So
Oh, okay. So then you write it out. See, I
yeah,
just copied and pasted. I didn't do all the extra.
yeah. So you would. I mean, that was the first step. That's all I wanted you guys to do. But now you have to look at,
Yeah.
putting it together, like making it cohesive. And I'll send this to you. It's not for everyone, every single competency. It's for the ones that make sense to do it. And that's, you know, here the coach invites the session focus, the session outcome, confirms, and explores what that list would look like. So we're explaining what what makes up the 3.1. And then 3.2, same thing. We're explaining how these all are part of partnering with the client to confirm measures of success. Some are really straightforward, like these. We're just putting the evidence. Right? And you have to put the question as well. You're copying the whole thing from the transcript when you're doing it this way. And then for developmental opportunities, you know, again, yours might be just really quick and easy right now, and that's fine. You know, what to avoid, and maybe an example of where it was that we want them to avoid. Further development is getting a little bit more deeper. I didn't really go into those too much. When it's looking for examples of showing something, you can just list it.
Okay.
Like this. Not observed, you're just putting not observed unless there's a developmental opportunity, which there are in a couple, like this one. And then here for this one, 5.1, I just wanted to be very clear in the different ways of the who of the person, the meaning making, emotions, perceptions, voice, creativity, identity, beliefs, laughter, learning. You might not do all that. You might do a couple, again, which is fine. And then this one here required a little bit more explanation and gave some examples. It's pretty comprehensive. These are, again, ones that we submitted. And I would say if it wasn't one to submit, I probably only would have done half of this.
Okay.
Okay. Same here. Probably would have just done up here. I wouldn't even probably done that on the bottom. And then this, you know, demonstrated throughout the session is fine. Answer there. Again, this gave a lot of examples. And then the development opportunity for not observed. Again, I probably would have just done this top part and not done the likewise part. These are simple examples to show. And then we had it identified here, but then also we had some development opportunities for it. And then again, these are just examples. You know, the ones that there's 20, 30 examples, we're not writing out all those. We're just putting the timestamps, but these you can put out, right? You can do a couple lines with the examples. This was observed, but also had the development opportunity. And then here again. And also it depends on the actual competency. Like this is just saying that they reflected or summarized. You know, we can quickly show that. Same thing here, too many examples to be putting them all out. Yeah, most of these were too many examples. And then we had the development opportunity there. Same thing here, probably would have just had this top portion here. And this top portion here is just giving the breakdown. I probably would not have gone into all this. And then if we look at, those were all pretty easy. And then we have the written feedback at the end. So now the ones that you're looking for, you did the grade part. So that's the internal. So what you now have to do is take that internal and make it the external, which is this one that goes to the student.
Oh, right. Oh, you like really wrote that out.
Yeah. Again, you might not get this detail. I mean, my first ones were not detailed like this.
I want to see.
They were written out, but they weren't.
Go down a little bit to see what your first one is. No, your first strength.
Established and maintains agreement. I thought the agreement was the strongest thing. And listens actively and facilitates client growth.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the trust and safety, presence, and awareness were the opportunities for development. Not that they weren't shown, but that there was opportunity for growth there. And you just take it from your notes, from what you did up top. And you identify those top 3 or top 2, whatever it is. So you see there's no gradings, you know, there's no totals here or anything because I didn't do an internal form, because I just created it. So, but anyway, you would take that and now you need to put it over into the external form, which means you're going to have to pretty it up and write out things. So that's your next assignment for that, is to do that. So, what?
Do we have examples of prettying it up? Or you were going to make something with words for us? Language?
Yeah. I think, I don't know if I finished that actually yesterday. I'll have to look, but I did start it. I'll finish it tonight and send it to you. I don't
So
want
do
to
you
send you mine because I don't want you to pick anything up from it.
So do you want us to still do D's?
Yeah,
In
I want you to take the one that you just did now, the one that you graded, and put it over into the other form and make it,
Okay.
because that's what you would do, right? You would do your evaluation based off that graded form, and then from that graded form, you need to create the
student.
external form, and that's what you would send me. You would send all three, sorry, all two of them back to me.
Okay. Okay.
So you're gonna firm that all up. I mean, we went over everything, so you have,
Yeah.
a lot of what was written, as far as the examples, and then I talked through a lot as
Okay.
well. But I want to see what you guys come up with. And I don't expect it to be perfect again. It doesn't have to be long, just as succinct as you can do it.
Okay.
And then you can send those to me you can send them right in Telegram.
Okay.
You have those done.
You want those done by next week?
Yeah.
For class on Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday.
What are we doing to next week? Wait a minute.
Or Wednesday. Wednesday. I don't know.
Tuesday 10:30 and Wednesday 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So you're going to have that done and you're going to do your next one.
Okay.
And just the first part for your next one.
Okay.
We'll go over it and then you'll do the final for that too on Tuesday night. But
Okay.
I will did I already put it in there? I didn't, did I?
Mm-mm.
So you're going to do Valerie's next.
Okay.
Okay.
So Tuesday at 10:30. Tuesday at 10:30, we are submitting to you the student form. And then we're also going to do the internal form for Valerie, right?
Yeah, those both have to be done
Yeah.
Right.
by Tuesday before we
Yes.
meet.
Yes.
We'll go through Valerie's like we did today for D.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday night, you'll write up the student form. And I'll give
Yeah.
you something else for Wednesday too.
Great.
That was actually
Quicker.
really good at coaching.
Sorry?
That was really good at coaching. When she coached me, I was like, that is not what I expected. That was amazing.
She is good
Yeah.
when she wants to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this one, I mean, she passed. These are all passes. So it's kind of,
Okay.
you know that they're passing, but you just don't know the range.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what was the other thing you were supposed to do? Wait, I gave you something else to do too.
We went through Kim's
Mm-hmm.
and then D and then D.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kim's. Oh, what were you supposed to do for Kim's? Oh, you were supposed to do the ACC one for Kim's, right?
That was
The
for
level-
today as well. Oh crap. Okay, I wrote that down wrong. I did not do the ACC performance one, so I'm gonna write that down for also.
Yeah, so you need to do the level 1 for Kim's
ACC form.
Yeah.
because, I don't want you to get used to just the level 2s. You have to do the level
Yeah.
1s too.
Okay, that's my fault.
Yeah, do that. We'll go over that one quickly next week. So, okay, so you got a lot to do, but this is making up for the hours that we didn't meet.
Yes.
So you get your 24 hours. So you're going to finish up Kim's, and you can go ahead and put this in Telegram like you did before, please. Sorry. So you want to finish up Kim's for the level 1.
Okay.
You're going to write the student one for D. And then you're going to do the internal form for Valerie.
Okay. Do you want it written up nicer, not as nice as yours, but more written up than just like copying and pasting over the questions?
For Valerie,
Yeah.
I mean, do the copy and paste, but add what you can, because then you're
Okay.
gonna, once we go over it, you know, it'd be better that you have some of that done so we can talk through it, so that when you
Right.
go to do the student one,
Yeah.
it's a little bit quicker process for you.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So expand on it however you can.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, questions about any of that?
No,
that's fine.
I'm interested in seeing how Valerie's like lands
Let
in
me
the
put it in the,
in this new filtration system I got going on.
Our new water cleansing sewer system. I'm
All
not
right, let
saying
me-
that they're sewer. I didn't mean it like that. I was just thinking filtration systems. And Bill Gates is doing
oh my God.
turn it to fresh water for the people in India.
Bill
If you
Gates.
haven't seen that documentary about him, Lori, you don't have time. Cheryl, if you're sitting at the beach, it's actually really good. The documentary that talks about that. Him and his wife.
All right. All right, let me put this stuff in the, okay, here is the,
Lori has to schedule time to go to the bathroom right now.
lots
Yeah.
of stuff to do there. All right,
Yeah.
here is the transcript.
Oh,
Coach?
Here is the, no, that's not the recording. Where's the recording? The recording is,
Who did she coach?
I hope it's not me.
it is you.
Oh,
It is you. She coached you for the final, right?
no. Well, I don't want to hear myself. All right.
That's fair.
It's you.
All right.
I mean,
All right.
all right.
The recording's not showing up, or does that just take a second?
10:30 to 12:30 Tuesday, and then 10 to noon on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I
Okay.
mean, we could, let me see.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I think, did we already listen to yours, Holly?
Yeah, in class and stuff.
Okay.
We critiqued it.
But that's you coaching. At least you're only the client in this one.
Only.
I mean, Lori. I mean, you're,
Yeah. We're
It's
not critiquing ourselves. No thanks.
yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't.
We're already doing that enough when we're coaching in these moments.
What?
We're already doing, like, when I'm doing it, like demo stuff, I just like think way too much, which is so crazy. And then when I had my first client with Strawberry the other day, same thing. Like I did something that was like ACC, not PCC, and I was like, and I'm like, no, nobody is calling me and critiquing me at my level, Holly. Like it's
Right.
okay. Like you said that, having been in class in this class for so long, I'm like overly.
Yes, nobody's doing that.
Nobody cares. The only thing that Strawberry cares about, two things. They will keep emailing you. One, make sure to clearly say, would you like to schedule another session?
Yeah.
And two, if the client says to you, hey, can I connect with you outside of the app? Make sure you're very clear in being like, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
They can't even connect with us on
You are not supposed to promote it. So
on LinkedIn. Someone asked when I was in it if they ask us to connect on LinkedIn, they said no. And I was like,
right. So
that was like WCI. She didn't allow us to do that for the longest time.
So I had a client who's like, I want to refer tons of people to you, like outside of the app and like all this stuff. And I got such a nasty email. And I told them, I'm like, look, she asked and I said it's not allowed. Do you know? But because they have like this AI thing that listens
Yes.
to all the calls, it didn't get it. So I got an immediate nastygram about it, about not complying with
Yeah.
the rules. So
Oh, that's funny.
I had to rebuttal it. So those are the two things. Make sure it's very clear. Even if I'm like, oh, would you like to schedule another session?
Yeah.
Like sometimes it doesn't even hear me say that I always get a love letter.
Okay.
Just so you
But
know.
it is cool when you message clients, Cheryl, the AI does all the work. Like you hit AI and it already knows what your session was about. It sums it up like it's amazing. Or like the follow-up, you know, and I add like 1 or 2 words or I change a few things, but it's like really quick. It's not like
Super easy.
you're following up with clients and doing it all from scratch.
And they pay you for the time you like create the email. So like if you just generate the email, they'll give you a minute.
Mhm.
But if you like mess around with it before you send it, it actually calculates the time. It's wild.
That's cool. Well, my interview is the 5th and they didn't move it up. She was like, she sent me another link and said, well, if you can find something sooner, but we're booked out for weeks.
Okay.
Oh.
So I was like, okay.
And the
But
thing too is that I haven't gotten any new clients within the past week.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I wonder
So
if it's a slow spell.
I emailed them and I'm like, hey, I know my availability was like limited, but I'm not getting anybody. And that's what she said. She's like, it depends on the promos that they have going on, that of the flux of people. So
Okay, I was noticing that. I'm like, there's been like nothing.
nothing. Like
And do they put you into certain niches?
no.
No.
You don't know what your client wants to really talk about
Right.
until you
Okay.
link up with them. It's like matching, right? It's like the
Well,
dating app.
but that's not true because it shows you their goal board and hopefully they filled that out, but they might not have filled that out, but they do have to write out. Okay, cheers. They do write out like what they're looking to accomplish, and you can see that before you meet with your client. And then when I went to hit start on the link for the video call, it had a summary of all the stuff that it said.
But what I mean is that while you're trying to figure out if you want to match with somebody, it only says like goal setting, like time management, like career change. Like you don't know. Like I have like this executive guy that I'm like, I don't know if I should be your coach, but it's been great. You know what I mean? Like it's like one of those things that I always hear Cheryl, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. You can coach anybody on anything.
That's right. It's the process.
And he's my favorite. Like I freaking love this guy. He's like a multi-millionaire about to launch this AI thing. It's like wild. But that's the only thing I don't like is that there are some people where I'm like, I am not compatible with you at all. Like this.
Yeah.
So you can tell them like, hey, I'm gonna, I think you'd be a better fit with another coach. And then there's like a link you send them to and the whole thing.
Yeah, okay.
So if you reach that, let me know. And if they cancel within an hour of your session, you get paid for 30 minutes. But it's kind of sneaky how they do it.
I think they made it better.
I hope so. Because it's like you have to wait an hour.
Well, I mean, it's if somebody cancels in my business, they pay the whole thing. They don't get a
So they said if someone's like 15-20 minutes late, it's up to you whether you want to do like the rest of the session, but they're only going to pay you for like those 25 minutes or but if you take a full cancellation, you get paid for 30 minutes. So I was like, well, if it's going to go past, it's a 50-minute session, I'm not going to do like a 20-25-minute session and feel rushed with someone.
Yeah,
so
but
it starts the timer starts when you get with the client, but not really. I don't know.
There's a separate link if somebody cancels within 24 hours or within an hour. right?
Mhm.
Is it 24 hours?
It's after the 24 hours. They can cancel up to 24 hours before.
Yeah. And if it's not, then there's a separate link you have to go into and wait for their name to populate for you to be able to
Yes.
30 minutes.
Oh,
Oh, and they didn't really, they said it, but they said it in passing. And then when I had it happen to me, I'm like, well, what do I do?
Yeah.
And I had to ask for support, but support takes 48 hours and you only have 72 hours to do it.
Yeah.
So let me know if that
oh,
happens. Also do the link. Anyways,
okay.
but no, it's pretty good. I like it.
I'm looking forward to that. I had this interview with a big coaching company, and we collaborated on some things,
Mhm.
and he was looking for a support coach. I was like, all right, I'll interview. So it wasn't with him, the owner. I know the owner. I've collaborated with him a couple times, but it was some girl or whatever. She has rescheduled 4 times, and
Wow.
like 5 minutes before each one.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know. So the last one, and normally it's just an email. Uh, Something came up. Please use this link to reschedule. Right. So I did that 3 times. And then the 4th time, she sent me an email that said, Cheryl, can we reschedule for Monday, meeting yesterday? I responded to that and never got a response.
Oh my God.
What? Like, and now I'm just going to send a thing and say, I'm withdrawing my name. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
going to, like, what kind of business are you running?
Right. Yeah.
4 times and you're not going to respond? Why?
Yeah.
Because you asked me about
Right.
if I was available because I have it marked on LinkedIn, it's on private,
Mhm.
but you can allow certain people to see whether you're looking for something. So I have it
Yeah.
set so that, I just want certain businesses to
Right.
see that. And he falls under that. But
Yeah.
like
That's
so ridiculous.
that's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah. So
Well,
anyway, I think that was a 20-hour a week role anyway. So I probably wouldn't have been able to do it, but
yeah.
I just wanted to see what they were looking for too. I was like, well, and see what
Right.
they
Yeah.
pay.
Right. Yeah. I know. Those are all like good questions.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right,
Understandable.
ladies. I have a
All
session.
right.
Thank
Yep.
you.
I'll
Thank
see
you.
you. I'll give you whatever I'm supposed to give you tonight until I'm.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. See you
Thank
next
you.
week.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.